Hey guys, I'm Orthodon, and I'm here to bring you a episode where I talk about my Patreon shows, just kind of, in a way, plugging them and advertising them, but also to announce a new one that I started. I decided I'd, talk about how they work first, and then talk about the new one I'm starting, why I'm starting it, like what's the situation and stuff like that. So I talked about it a bit in the first episode whenever you see that on Patreon, but I figured I should make a video here just because there's probably a lot of people that don't regularly check my Patreon and won't even know it exists. Um, so yeah, first of all, my Patreon shows are some animes that I watched that I basically pick them out based off the polls that end around the time that I finish up with that Patreon show. And I'll pick like second or third place or something, and just end up watching that. I don't have individual polls because I currently don't have enough patrons to do Patreon polls, that are specific to Patreon. So I end up just picking those myself. I don't want to do a public poll to have you guys, vote for something that you're not going to be able to see unless you subscribe to that. But basically what it is on my Patreon, if you have the $10 tier, you get access to the Patreon shows. I will watch the entire show on Patreon. So right now I'm currently watching Soul Eater. By the time you're seeing this, episode 6 should be out on there. And I'll be watching all the way to, I believe, 51 episodes around that show. And then once I finish all 51 episodes on Patreon, I'll start releasing them weekly on YouTube. So eventually you will see it, but being a patron allows you to see some unique shows way ahead of time. Basically, I decided that there's a show that I started that I really want to finish. I've been really in the mood to watch it recently. So I've been mulling it over, and I decided, yes, I am gonna do it. I'm gonna start from the beginning, even though I've seen some of the episodes. This show is Violet Evergarden. So, that'll be on my Patreon starting with basically when you see this episode on YouTube, that means at least the first episode is up. I've already recorded episode 1 and 2, so I'll probably just release them both. But the way it's going to work is I'm not going to have a set day. Like all these other shows I do, you might notice that I release them on a set day. This little extra is just a bonus thing. It'll release on my Patreon basically as I find the time to record them. So it's very possible that I might be in the mood to record and have episodes up way quicker than my normal schedule, or I may be busy for a few weeks and I might not get around to it. So that one's not going to have a set day. The other Patreon show, Soul Eater, is the static one that there always will be one there. I will always be uploading an episode each week unless something like severe happens that stops me from recording that week or something. But for Violet Evergarden, to talk about that show and what happened with that one for me is I watched the first six episodes already over a year ago, a long time ago. I remember a lot of stuff that happened, but I don't remember everything, and I never finished it. I've always wanted to, and then I started doing reactions, and I was kind of torn between, like, whether I actually wanted to do reactions to it or if I just wanted to finish that show on my own time. But my friend was saying that the second half, he didn't tell me anything, like no spoilers, but he said the second half of Violet Evergarden is really good. Basically, everything after where I stopped is really good. The show was already great. I was already really enjoying it. I think I got distracted by like some video games or something while I was watching it, and then I just never got back into it. But I decided to start from episode 1, rewatching it. So my first 6 reactions you'll see aren't quite reactions. It'll be me re-reacting to something I've seen over a year ago. But there's some scenes I forgot, like some order, I forgot how things went. I forgot basically everyone's name except for Violet's, obviously. So it's basically me relearning stuff. But then after episode 6, I will be, I believe it's 6 or 7 that I've seen up to. And but after that, I will be able to see the rest of the show as a new experience, So yeah, I just kind of wanted to make a video explaining that because at the start of the first episode, I touched on a few of these things, but I didn't go into like extreme detail because I didn't want the start of the video to be like, whatever, we're at 5 minutes right now, so minimum it would have been 5 minutes, and people are just sitting there waiting. They're like, all right, just start the damn episode. I don't care about any of this crap, you know? So I figured I'd do a separate video, plus I wanted to be able to let you guys know that this is a thing. So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching this one. This might become a regular thing where, like, if I have time, I may do some extra shows that I want to do just to knock some of them out, you know, as Patreon shows, just because there's some shows that I do really want to watch that might not ever win the polls, you know. Um, so I might throw those in there every now and then, but I'll still have my regular, like, what is it, like 4 shows that I do based off polls. So yeah. I guess that's really all I have to say about this. Thank you guys for watching. By the way, I guess I probably should have said it earlier. You can find the link to my Patreon in the description, or you can go to patreon.com/Morthodon and you'll find it there. I very much appreciate any support. I hope you guys enjoy the Patreon show system. I'm also working on, you know, trying to think of more features. I might be doing some more research soon into how other reaction channels that have my system do their Patreon tiers, you know. See if I can come up with some new ideas based off that. But or I'll just try to think of stuff on my own. But I'm always looking to make it so it's like more beneficial for you guys to support me, because I appreciate the support, but I also want you guys to get stuff out of it, you know. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching this quick little video I made. I hope you guys enjoy my content, and I will see you guys in my future reactions. Bye!